This is Stephen Page, Reflection Video Assignment 4.0. I decided to feature some clips of my play on Pokemon Sword and Legends Arceus, with highlights of my teams and a few fast battles. Now on to my responses. Honestly, what didn't I learn? I learned during my research that I have a lot more reading to do on a daily basis in order to stay up to date on my career knowledge. I realize that it is also hard to decide what to read about and what not, because what is opinion and what is actual industry concerns. I learned that there are multiple layers to the title of a game designer, including content, level, systems, and experience designers. In exploring these layers, I decided that I am definitely more of a content designer at this point. I learned about several new pieces of software that I have downloaded to utilize in multiple design aspects, so I might branch out beyond the content designer portion. I realized in this class that my ideas for the future are not as far-fetched as I thought, and that I look forward to being a part of those ideas as they become a reality. I learned that my future can be even brighter than I imagined. I realized that my chosen field is both more limited and more expansive than I had hoped on many different fronts. It is perhaps more limited because for as many gamers as there are out there are not anywhere near as many game designer success stories. This is a hard field to break into, and an even harder one to succeed at. Its expansiveness is due to the sheer amount of information there is to gather about current trends, ideas, what's working and what's not, etc. I learned that I need a plan for each thing that I decide to tackle in the future, but that I can come up with something if I keep in mind all the people who will be affected by said plan. As I mentioned, planning is key. In that way, I hope to make a monthly plan of attack from here out. I will also keep many of the sites I visited and software I partook of pinned for future use. This class made me realize that I am not up to date on the latest game design news, and I know my future will depend on fixing this, both in school and out. I feel this will probably become more natural as time goes on, and particularly once I start working in the field, because I will have no choice but to stay abreast with current news or lose my position. I need to keep the bigger picture in mind and not lose myself in the details of each little thing I am set to tackle. My advice for future students is first to keep an open mind. This course may seem like a lot to take in at the beginning, but completing each assignment to the fullest you can will open your mind to many new concepts in the field. Second would be to invest time into the research for this course's assignments as much as possible. It is an early introduction to a great amount of work, but also a great number of informative tools. If things work out like I hope, my education, and therefore that of others, will expound on the technologies I have already been introduced to in this course, and I will be a big name in the alumni roster one day that future students will look to for even more advice.